keep asking, is the sisterhood amongst Black women toxic? And to be honest, sometimes, yes. But that's not the whole story. It's much, much deeper than that.
New year, new blessings. No fear, no stress. No overextending. No L's, just lessons. No failures.
Some say we don't show up for one another, that we're too guarded, too insecure, too toxic to really show up for one another in a space that is celebratory and true in its intention, but secretly compete, that we empower but quietly envy, that we smile but don't really see each other. We don't always trust each other. We don't always support one another. We love to talk about Black girl magic, but behind closed doors, you and I know there's shade, funny looks, silence, mean mugging, etc., etc. A lot of y'all can pretend that our sisterhood has its great aspects, because it does. But let's get real. A lot of it isn't. And I want to expose the thing that continues to perpetuate the low-hanging fruit within our community instead of celebrating our sisters who are actually breaking down strongholds, that are actually out here breaking down generational curses, that's actually out here changing the trajectory of their lives. We don't celebrate that, but we would rather celebrate the toxicity in our community, the dysfunction in our community, the low-hanging fruit in our community that's not promoting the imagery that we want to see, the conversations that we want to have. No, we would rather continue the dysfunction amongst one another. Definitely the crab in a bucket mentality. Can't see each other win. We're not always safe with one another. See, I know the truth of the microaggressions that play day to day within our culture. The same things that our ancestors went through, we are very much living through, and they're very much alive and well. I know how colorism plays a level of importance to some. I know how featureism plays within our culture as well. I also know how hair texture and European standards of beauty play in our culture as well. And I know the ignorance that continues to perpetuate itself amongst us as Black women. I know how we'll get on these internet streets and tear one another down to the ground. It could be a Black woman doing something outstanding, remarkably different, breaking down generational strongholds, doing something new for the culture, and there will still be ignorance of Black women tearing that woman down, whether she's married, whether she's a wonderful family woman, whether she is out here giving us something new to see in our imagery. There's going to be a whole slew of Black women tearing that woman down. Some of us act like there's only room for one of us to win. And that's not sisterhood. That's survival mode. But can I get real with you for a second? I recognize that a lot of our sisters are hurting. And I recognize a lot of us haven't had great examples of good relationships amongst Black women, right? Maybe we didn't have good relationships with our mothers, our aunts, or other women that have played a part in our lives somewhere, somehow. And it could be hard for us to be soft because, let's be real, the world has never been soft with us. So I get it. But that's still not an excuse for us to continue on in ignorance and continue on pulling each other down and continuing on highlighting the low-hanging fruit within our community. We have to move different. We have to talk different. We have to see the world different and see ourselves within the world different. In many points of my own life, I've had to be strong, hard, and guarded. And many times I didn't know how to even connect. I didn't know how, but it's still not an excuse. All of these things are just indicators that we have some real, true healing to do. The ball doesn't stop here. We've got to do the inner work to glow up, to show up for one another. When you see women tearing other women down, all you're seeing is a woman that hasn't faced her inner self yet. She's projecting her own pain, her own hurt, her own insecurities on someone else. We have to learn how to identify a hurting sister. And that's all I'm seeing is a bunch of dysfunction and hurting women who haven't decided to do the inner work yet. We'll go out and buy a new outfit. We'll buy the 30-inch bust down. We'll get the makeup. We'll get the outfits. We'll get the car. We'll get all the materialism to continue to mask what's really going on in the inside. What I'm asking isn't too hard. It just takes you to have the courage enough to face the dysfunction within your own life so that you can show up for yourself and also show up for other women. And healing doesn't mean we're broken. We just have to recognize that we got the healing to do. Because underneath all of that pain, there's still love there. There's still joy there. There's still that unspoken word that only Black women share. That look, that nod, that I got you, sis. We need less performative support and more accountability. We need less of the strong Black woman and more of the ability to just be. Because real sisterhood doesn't just hype you up. It holds you down. It calls you out. It helps you heal. So my question to Black women is, what are we actively doing to make the sisterhood better? As always, it is such a complete blessing to be able to interact with all of you. I want to hear from you. Please leave your comments in the comment section. What has been your interaction with Black women and the sisterhood? Has it been toxic? Has it been supportive? Has it been uplifting? I want to hear from you. Leave your experiences or your thoughts on this dialogue in the comment section, because I truly want to engage with you. I really want to know your experiences, and I want to know what you're actively doing to make the sisterhood amongst Black women better. All right, until next time, I hope you all have a blessed day. Take care.